Oh, okay. Sometimes that happens.
Okay, no
There's a
problem.
little glitch. Oh man. Well, that was exactly perfect. What everything that you did. You could even go in a little bit longer on that question number one, since we're
Okay.
going to reshoot it again. If you want to educate more, I can definitely tell you're a great professor, very clear and concise with your words, and this is a really great interview because you're so specific. But okay, we got to start back over from the very beginning now because it
Okay.
was not. It stopped broadcasting right in the middle.
Okay.
Okay, I'm bring it back over to my screen. Hi, I am Liz Cortez with Business Trends TV, and on today's segment, I am joined by Dr. Sam Garg from the Gavin Herbert Eye Institute in Irvine, California. Hi, Dr. Garg.
Hi, Liz. Thank you for having me on your show today.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you for being on. So today we're focusing on cataract versus LASIK. So, Dr. Garg, how do you choose which one a patient needs to have?
It's a good question. It's depends on what's going on in your eye, how old you are, what your requirements are. The easiest way to sort of differentiate between LASIK and cataract surgery is to first think about the eye and how the eye works. It's best to think about the eye like a camera, and this camera has two lenses. One is the cornea, which is the front window of the eye, in which we can reshape for LASIK. And depending on your age, the thickness of your cornea, the health of your cornea, and the overall refraction of your eye, meaning how nearsighted or farsighted you are, LASIK may be a good option for you. The other lens in your eye is your natural lens, which when we're young is flexible. And so if you wear glasses or contacts or don't, you can see distance and near. And that's because that lens flexes very, very quickly. But about age 40, that lens stops flexing so well, and you start needing reading glasses or longer arms. It's much easier to get reading glasses. And as that lens hardens, it can also become more and more opaque. And that opacity then becomes what we call a cataract. And a cataract can be treated either by changing glasses initially or subsequently by surgery. Cataract surgery has gotten so advanced in today's medicine or in ophthalmology that we can deliver LASIK-like outcomes with cataract surgery. And so depending on how old you are, your refraction, your visual needs, the health of your eye will determine whether or not LASIK is the answer for you or possibly cataract surgery.
Oh, that's great, Dr. Garg. Thank you for telling us, the difference between cataract versus LASIK and giving us that inside information. I know people that are watching this right now are definitely going to be online looking up, okay, do I want to go with cataract surgeon, a LASIK surgeon? What advice would you give to them when they're going online and they're choosing who they want to work with?
Very good question again. When you look online, you have to be very careful about where you look and how you find your doctors. I think one of the most important things to look for is their reputation. Is this doctor well trained? Is this doctor someone who sees patients and they're seeing patients, to try to be a good doctor? And I think part of that being at the university, we have to make sure that above being a good doctor is what we strive for. The other thing is experience and expertise. Again, being at the university setting, we're all specialty trained in advanced surgery or advanced diagnostics or advanced disease processes. And so having that extra training allows us to not only deal with the day-to-day problems that people may have, but also sort of the more esoteric ones. And last would be quality of service. When you go to anywhere to be seen, you want to be treated like you would treat others. And so here at UC Irvine, Gavin Herbert Eye Institute, we try to do that. We try to make everyone's experience top-notch.
That is great. Thank you so much for sharing that with us and educating around that. Now, you went into a little bit about what type of experience it would be like to, come to the Eye Institute, but is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Sure. We pride ourselves on the entire process. It's not uncommon that patients, come to us and say, "Wow, that was a very different experience that I've had when I saw Dr. X, Y, or Z." And I think the reason for that is we pride ourselves on being very professional in all aspects, and that starts from the front office to scheduling the appointments to our technicians and our initial workup being very thorough, making sure not only we focus on your eye, but the rest of your medical history and make sure we're not missing anything there, which could impact your vision or your eye health. Next, our doctors are all board certified, and they're educators, which means that we educate the next generation of doctors, the doctors that are out in the community. That's our job, and so we take that very seriously. And then when it comes time for surgery, we have the latest and greatest when it comes to techniques and technology. Most of us are teachers, not only locally, but at national meetings in the United States and also around the world. And that gives us a little extra insight into surgical problems and surgical techniques, and bringing sort of cutting-edge technologies to our patients here at the Gavin Herbert Eye Institute.
That's great. Staying above the rest with this cutting-edge technology. So if someone wants to get a hold and schedule an appointment, how do they do that?
Well, they can learn about us more by looking at our website, and that website is www.eye.uci.edu. We also patients can schedule appointments by calling 949-824-2020, and that's for general ophthalmology appointments or medical appointments. And then for refractive surgery, the number would be 949-824-9970.
Yes, and I put that up on my screen as well. It is right here, and the website link is also right below this video, so you can just go ahead, click there, it'll go right over. And thank you so much, Dr. Garg, for educating us today on the difference between cataract and LASIK, and just giving us a really great segment. I learned a lot myself, and I know the viewer that's watching this right now is definitely learned a lot and feels educated to make that phone call right now.
Thank you very much.
Perfect. Yay, we did it.
Well done.
Great work. Yes, but let's
you.
keep up your lower third, though, real quick.
Okay.
Because we need to film a real short video testimonial on everything that we've done so far. I know you haven't seen the final cut of the video.
Sure.
You'll be getting that here soon, but I mean, you've learned how, well, you kind of already knew how to do Google Hangouts. We went over the setup, placement, lighting, camera. We also talked about a little bit about reputation marketing and how to do that, how to leverage this video. Actually, Adam didn't really go that much into it. He was new in training, so he didn't really jump that much into it. Thank you so much for being patient. He has to get learned. I'm sure you've been there. You've had people. Sometimes it's a little painful, and you're like.
I deal with residents all the time. I get it. It's fine.
You had to just throw them in. I was like, man, I threw them into the wolves. No, you were great. And I'm like, oh man. So you can just share about any of those things. Now, a great quick way to do a testimonial is to do the 4W format, which is who are you? So you say, hi, I'm Dr. Sam Garg. Where are you? You want to say, I'm with Gavin Herbert Eye Institute in Irvine, California. Third W is what benefits did you receive?
Okay.
And then the final W is why would you recommend us to someone?
Okay. So what if I don't know some of these answers?
Okay. So for the benefits, one benefit is we filmed an interview.
Okay.
And we went over, teaching us how to use Google Hangouts, how to set up the lower third. Yeah. We also educated a little bit on reputation management. Today we go more in depth into that and focusing more on you, which I know it's more the whole institute versus just you. So we looked up, I remember the other day, and it didn't really pull up the right information. Yeah. Right? That's correct? Okay. Can't remember if that was you or someone else, but yeah. So you can share on any of those points, and then for the last one, if you thought this was an easy process, I mean, most people when they think of Google Hangouts, they think it's hard, it's confusing, they don't want to do it. But I'm hoping that we made it easy, and you went really quick to get on, and you've been. I know you know how to use technology, which made our job really easy to get on here with you. So any of those things, it's just real short, like 30 seconds, and I'm going to put myself on mute. It will stay over on your screen. If you need to start back over, just do it, and then we'll be all good.
Okay, thank you. Hi, I'm Dr. Sam Garg from the Gavin Herbert Eye Institute at the University of California. I had the opportunity to work with Liz Cortez and her team at Business Trends on learning how to use Google Hangout to promote our institute here at the university, and found the process to be very, very interesting, very intuitive, and actually very easy. And so I urge you to try it out. It's really a lot of fun, easy to do, and should hopefully increase our visibility on the web, which is the new way to market. Thank you.
That was perfect.
Okay. Excellent.
Great, great. I wonder how our video is ranking online, because I actually there's ways to hide this from being live online.
Mm-hmm.
And what we found is when filming these interviews, if we hide it so it's not going out live,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't rank on Google as quick. But
Okay.
what we found when we didn't hide it, which it's okay. I mean, we're filming. No one's jumped on because I can see. But if someone was to jump on and watch, it wouldn't be that bad because I mean we rank quicker online for
Sure.
your name, and so I kept it live. So I'd actually like to go see and see if it's showing up yet, which would be really cool. So I'm going to share my screen, and then we'll move into going through the advanced training around reputation. Let's see how this is going. Oh wait, that's not you. Let's see. Oh wait. Gavin Herbert Eye Institute. And then let's see if it's popping up under that. We can add more in. Okay, not with that yet. Let's start adding your name. There it is. Right here.
Oh.
So it's showing this right now with the 3 little dots because we're still rolling. But once we complete filming and I in the broadcast, then it will show your picture right here. So that's cool. So this is the power of Google Hangouts and filming. And I'm sure I've seen you're a great educator, and this is something that you or anyone that works at the Institute or even other professors can film a video like this Google Hangout and stream it live, and it's up online and recorded, and it can show up very quickly. Mm-hmm. And so this is going out after the search word, like the keyword, business name, and your name. However, you can also do them for maybe if you want to say LASIK surgeon, Orange County, California. Right. Or those other search.
You put that down as your keyword on the bottom here?
Yes. So on the bottom.
The lower third.
No, actually, let me show you my screen. It will look a little crazy. But down here, do you see where I'm moving my mouse below the little picture?
Yeah.
That is the title. I don't know if yours looks like that, but this is the title. I'm just going to keep it on my screen for now.
Okay.
So this is the title right here. So I put in, well, it's company, your name, and then I went into the keywords for the video topic. So this title is very important. This title is one of the most important things. Well, that and pushing broadcast, like we saw. It needs to make sure that button's pushed. But this is what tells Google, hey, here's some new content. Put me on page 1. So this is very, very important for you to have. Yeah, so this is great. You're already ranking here, and this will be here. And then there's a lot more advanced stuff because if you go over harder search terms, like LASIK surgeon or cataract surgery, those, you pay a lot of money for Google AdWords or stuff like that to have that up and have your site be shown for those words. However, with Google Hangouts, you can bypass a lot of that. You just have to be comfortable on camera, which you are. So another great thing to do to make sure that this video stays up so people can see it is I don't know if on your site, if you have a place where there's blogs or where you write articles, but that is another place that would be, I don't know if you have a site like that.
I mean, you pay a lot of.
Oh, I'm hearing some feedback. So if you put it up on your site, then that will also be another place that will kind of make it more sticky. It will stay there for longer.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So I'm going to go into, oh, did you have a question?
No.
Okay. Great. So I am going to go through a real quick training. We have another, we'll probably end up finishing early today because it was so easy to work with you today. So normally it takes me about 10-15 minutes because I talk fast. But if you have questions, definitely stop me, and then we'll be all good to go. So I'm still showing my screen. A few of these slides are review from the other day. I'm just going to go through them real quick because they were very simple. And I'm sure you remember what they are. So the first slide, we looked at this the other day. Which one would you buy if you were choosing one of these 3 doctors to work with?
Right.
Right? Number 3, of course. Number 3. The other review for this slide was, how many bad reviews does it take to get a bad reputation?
1.
1. That's right. Only takes 1. And so that's the difference between your phone ringing versus your competition's phone ringing. It can be reviews. I haven't looked up very much about that. We'll go more a little bit later, and I'll pull up your pages and then see what is going on with reviews, and hopefully there's no bad reviews up there. So let's see, marketing game changer number 1, just a quick review, is that about 2 years ago, Google Plus merged every single Google place. Anyone that had a business address, they created Google Plus page for them. So anyone that has a company got a page. Whether they like it or not, or use it or don't, everyone has one. And that's free range for people to write whatever they'd like. And hopefully you know what they're writing on there and you've responded. But so anytime you do a search for a company name plus their city, you're going to get to see their reputation. And so, for example, here is one doctor. That's not a very good reputation, so even if someone's just looking for directions, they're still going to see the reputation of that practice. So marketing game changer number 3 is that SEO, social media, pay-per-click, and local marketing, none of it works anymore if you have bad reviews online. So the traditional way of doing things is step 1, market the business with a website, SEO, social media, spend a lot of money in those areas. And then step 2, once you start to have more patients, help build 5-star reputation, maybe get a few reviews, sign up for those sites. And so this is what most people did. However, if you do it this way and you're not having like a monitoring or marketing your reputation, you could have people put up reviews online that maybe the girl at the front desk didn't have a good day and they said, oh, this is poor service, or they didn't like it that they had to pay that $85 fee, for that extra test, and they were complaining. So they go online and they write this really mean review, which you don't deserve that at all. So it's really important that you don't do it this way. You do it the reverse. So you flip-flop those 2 steps. So first you want to build a 5-star reputation, so you have a solid 5-star reputation. And how many locations are there at this with the Institute? Is it 1? 2. Okay, there's 2. So in your case, you would want, you could start by focusing on one, building up to 5 stars. However, there's a different staff at each one. There's different doctors at the institutes. There's, so eventually, if you don't have it already, you would actually want to have double for everything. So each one would have a Yelp page. Each one would have a Yellow Pages page. Each one, and then that would be a place, to have the doctors. The people could leave reviews for the doctors that they had, or the great staff that they got to experience. So build a 5-star reputation, and then market that reputation to get more patients in your case. So reviews are great, but if people don't see them online, then what's the point of that? They have to be able to see them, so that means seeing them on your website, seeing them on social media. But if you are focusing website, social media before having reviews, people are like, I don't know about that. So we'll go more into that. So reputation marketing, why is it important or vital to a business? So consumers look up on average of 6 to 10 reviews before making a decision. The other day we also looked at this. 70% of consumers trust a business with a minimum of 6 to 10 reviews. We looked at the first part of that. Mm-hmm. The second part is new for today. But that was a study done through Demand Force, which I'm sure you know about them. They work with lots of doctors. And so that's something that just to be aware of. So that'd be 10 reviews for every single site. So 2 locations, you'd have 10 Yelp for each one. Mm-hmm. And then, so what that really means is that without 6 5-star reviews, your institute isn't trusted. So here's another study that was done up in our area, UC Berkeley, and this was done as focusing on a restaurant. Isn't your same industry, but we can still apply some of the principles through the study. So taking a look on here, where's that line? There it goes. So they were taking a look at what would make a difference if we just increase a 1/2 star rating online. So they're looking at Yelp and what would happen if they increased a 1/2 star. So in the restaurant industry, yes, there's hundreds and hundreds of reviews, so increasing a 1/2 star is a bit of a challenge. For your practice to increase a 1/2 star, that may not be as challenging. However, what they found is that ratings can increase a restaurant's business during peak dining hours by 19%. So 19% growth, that's a huge number. So looking at your case, even if there was growth of an additional patient each week or each month, that would make a big difference for both of the institutes, correct?
Yeah, probably.
Or not really?
Patient, probably not, but yeah. But I get it.
Yeah. a little different than we work a lot more with private practices, so a little different. But how does it? I mean, what is the big difference? I know that is there just between you and then another LASIK surgeon? Maybe it's just one guy that at the practice. What is the big difference between that?
Between us and private practice?
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, the big difference is that we're in education, but we do have a private practice built into that.
Okay.
So we have all the subspecialties under one roof. Whereas if you saw someone in the community, they may just do LASIK, but if you have glaucoma, well, then you got to go somewhere else. So if you have lids, you got to go somewhere else. If you have a retina problem, you have to go somewhere else. Here, we could just say, okay, we'll go down the hall and you can see my colleague who will help you with that.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Okay, yeah, that'd be actually another great video to do to educate on that, because I'm sure I don't know everything. I'm not scared to ask a question. Sure. Cool, thanks for sharing that with me. We'll move on to the next slide here. So, what's reputation marketing? The other day we asked, well, actually, I don't think Adam asked you what your definition was, so I don't even know what it is, but this is what our definition is of reputation marketing. It's building a 5-star reputation online and then leveraging that reputation to get more customers. Mm-hmm. So how do you do that? There's lots of different ways to do it, and what we suggest first is to start with creating the culture. So that's that blue box right here. So you got to create the culture first. Create the culture with the staff, with the doctors, with everyone in the whole entire process. That's the branding. So the best way to do that is, number one, you got to educate and inspire your staff to be on the same page. Maybe the doctor may not really care about this marketing stuff. They're like, I just want to work with the patients. I want them to feel great and just have a great experience and have healthy eyes. But you got to create the culture to provide that 5-star customer service. So the next step is to build the reputation to get reviews. So how do you do that? I'll show you a little bit later, but what we recommend doing is not actually sending them directly to those review pages, because you don't have any control, you don't know what they're going to say, so it's a whole lot better to send them to a feedback page, kind of like, I know it's really small, but kind of like that right there, where you can get some feedback on the institute, you can get some feedback on the doctor, or whatever procedure they were getting done, and then they leave some feedback in a paragraph, And if they leave good feedback, a 3 or a 4-star or a 5-star review, then they get the option to say, hey, will you copy and paste and put this over on Yelp? And so that makes a whole lot more sense, because you don't want to send someone over there if they have a 3 or 2 or a 1-star.
So then your website would automatically do that.
Correct. So it'll automatically do this, and then for example, like what we have, so Business Trends is part of a bigger company, which is Accelerate Marketing, and they have inside their system that if someone leaves a review and it's less than 4 stars, there is actually a woman who calls like almost immediately, as soon as, because you would get an email, almost immediately gives a call and sees, oh, what's going on, and takes care of that right away before they go and blast something online, which that doesn't happen very often, but we have that in place. But and then another thing is, if you know that someone had a great experience and they actually leave you a review, that's a perfect time to ask them for a referral as well. So spent a long time on that one. The next step is marketing your reputation. So this is putting together, sales strategies and marketing strategies to leverage those reviews online using social media and all of these review sites on the bottom. So putting together a plan for that. And then the last step is that purple box on the bottom, which is managing your reputation. So a lot of companies online, they start with this. It's all about just managing the reputation, monitoring and engaging. But this is definitely a very important part, but it's not the number one to focus on. You've got to know what's going on and monitoring and making sure that bad reviews are being replied to, that the good reviews are also being engaged with as well. And with our fast technology and social media world, people want to be noticed, they want to be heard. And sometimes that's all someone needs, is they want to be heard from the doctor. Maybe the doctor isn't the one actually replying, but it says their name on there. They want to feel like you listened to them if they had a bad experience. So there we go. Any questions on this?
No.
Nope. Okay, great. Then you just keep repeating that over and over in a circle. There's my little circle there. Moving kind of slow. Okay, so some more strategies on building your 5-star reputation. First, you can send out postcards to current clients or clients you've worked with in the past, because you could ask them to write you a review, but most people forget. So postcards are great just to remind them. And another great way is to have a business card at the desk when they're making their next appointment or they're leaving or whatever the outpatient process is. Put this in the bag, or whatever you give them, and it will just help remind them. Sending out emails is great. So emails could be sent out to current patients, previous patients, and then creating an email template to go out for patients that you're going to work with for in the future. So it just automatically happens. So then you're asking for reviews in multiple different ways, and most likely people will leave it. Not everyone, because some people don't want to. And I know you work with a lot of, it sounds more elderly patients, generation. Yeah. So some of these strategies aren't going to be the best for them, but I don't know. You don't work with all older, but some of them are. They're wanting to see their grandkids.
It's about to die.
Sorry, what?
I'm just going to plug in my computer. It's about to die.
Oh, okay. Do you need me to pause?
No, you're good.
Okay. You can multitask. Okay, perfect. Yep. So there's a bunch of different things to do. I already showed you that private review page on here. Oh, well, if it pops up, where is it? Oh, there it is. There's a little bigger picture of it. And then number one thing is to have a posting strategy, how to share those reviews on social media, online, creating even a review video where it says the text ones or the video ones that are on there. Some other ways to market your reputation would be to create video reviews. So, I mean, myself, I've got LASIK. So my LASIK, when I got LASIK, that was my favorite investment I've ever made. I got it when I was kind of young and probably shouldn't have spent my money on that but at that time. But that was my favorite, best thing. But my doctor, he didn't ask me for a video review. I totally would have done it. But, when you're working with someone, especially, they can see better. And, like, asking for a video review, I'm sure they'd be a whole lot more likely to do that, or give you a written testimonial that you can put up online. And then website marketing, adding those reviews, the written or the videos to your website, and then adding those reviews to social media. So you kind of get where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
Got to put those reviews all over the place so it's easy to find, so people just constantly see great reputation. So, and then, which that would work with your sales team. Another part about the sales part is, maybe someone's reading the review and they see that you do a different type of procedure. They're like, oh, I didn't know that they did that over there. And, maybe I am experiencing those symptoms, and maybe I should go and check out my eyes and see what's going on. And so sometimes when people read reviews, hopefully they're not a hypochondriac, but they will say, hey, maybe I need to get that done, and then make an appointment. So it also educates them, too, just to be aware, because so many things, can go wrong with your eyes, and a lot of people, they'll skip. That's the one they'll skip that appointment. Let's see. Great. So kind of segueing in, I'm sure you're seeing that we do a lot with reputation marketing. Mm-hmm. And so moving into this, I'm going to go over just a little bit about what we do specifically with Accelerate Marketing. Okay. And I'm going to repeat some of the things. Let's see. So number one thing that we do is train staff. So we train through webinars because we have clients, all over. And we're a boutique company. So we're not, we have 45 members. So someone isn't just a number. We are in the business, working with the doctor or working with the staff, so that everyone can get on the same page and make this go really smoothly. Developing strategies to get reviews from customers and working with them, because each practice is different, and there's different strategies that need to be implemented so that it can get built up as quick as you can with reputation. Building 5-star reputation every day, and then monitoring those review sites, because you don't have time for that, and your staff needs to be focused on other stuff too. And sending detailed reports for new reviews or any bad reviews that come out, and then keeping you in the loop so that you know what is going on, and also how many reviews are coming in. If 1 week you're getting a lot of reviews, the next week you're not getting any, well, trying to figure out, okay, what's going on? Is it the website? Hopefully not. Like that normally stays up. I mean, but okay, is there staff or who was working at that time? And kind of figuring out, okay, where's the glitch that there aren't consistent reviews coming in, and then making changes so that you are getting those, and that is easy. Responding to bad reviews, we find that it is actually best when the practice responds to those reviews, either someone from the receptionist or the doctor responds online. Maybe it's not really the doctor, but they put their name on there. Mm-hmm. And that works the best. However, responding to someone that is mad or upset or is frustrated, you got to have great communication skills. So we work with your staff, to be able to respond to those easily and effectively, so that they can either take down the bad reviews or change the review around. And then posting reviews to your website, blog, and other sites, and then daily posts of reviews to Facebook, LinkedIn, social media. And then finally, so we went over all these different things. Just throw a number out there. If you hired someone to do this, what do you think it would cost?
No clue.
No clue. That's normally what people say. No clue. Do you guys do marketing?
Part of being at the university, they have marketing people.
Okay, cool.
As a department, we don't have anyone specifically for marketing.
Yeah, we just started doing Point Loma Nazarene. Just came on as one of our clients. We're doing reputation for the whole university, which it's not UC, right. UC California. It's not there. But yeah, I was like, wow, that's interesting. I never even thought about it. I'm like, Ryan goes and speaks there on reputation with the business college there, but I was like, oh wow, that's good. Yeah, so you've got those taken care of. Well, to do something like this, you'd have to hire a few different people, because most people wouldn't be able to do that. Maybe you hire some stuff that's online or one of those big companies, but sure. So on average, this would be something around about $2,000 a month to be able to do all this stuff. However, we put together lots of systems. That's the key to this. Having systems, making it easier, and having multiple people that are really good at what they do focus on these specific areas. And so you can get the cost down a whole lot. But So that's what that looks like. And for our services, it's not going to cost $2,000 a month for that. And where we're at right now is we completed your video. We'll edit that, get that over to you, and that takes a couple days for it to process and get it edited, everything like that. But normally right now, I like to do a strategy session. And for our strategy sessions, they're normally $497 for the strategy session. However, you're in this beta program, so we're taking care of all of the expenses for you. So what this strategy session looks like is our team, we put it together a step-by-step strategic plan for you around your reputation. So everything, we go through this big checklist, and they go and they really dig in, and they find, depends on what they find, but on average about 20 items. Okay. And then we have solutions for each of them. So by the end of this strategy session, I email you the whole list, so you get it step by step, problem, solution, and then most of them have like 3 to 5 different solutions for you to do to overcome that problem that we found. So at that point, you can say, hey, this was great. Like, thanks for sharing this with me. I'm going to get started on this right away this weekend. Sure. Or 2, you go hire someone. You send it over to the marketing team that you have and say, hey, guys, get started on this list. Get this done. Or the third part is, you say, hey, I don't want to deal with this, and I think this would be really great, and so I want you guys to handle this. You're the experts in marketing. So for this meeting, since I'm sure you're not the only decision maker, you may be, but we normally schedule this with the decision makers because at the end, we go over numbers and of what everything looks like. And so what we found is if one person's on, then you try to share about it to your partners or whoever's the decision maker, and it gets confusing. So if you want to do this, it would be great to schedule time with yourself and whoever else is the decision maker, and then we can put this together. And if you're not interested in this, and then you'll get your video, and then we'll be good to go.
I think it's worthwhile to see what you guys come up with.
Okay, great.
I am one of the decision makers here. The problem is getting the other people on the same schedule as me. It's difficult.
Okay. Well, what we can do is we can schedule a time where I can meet with you, and then Ryan will be coming back in town from visiting his son, so hopefully he'll be able to jump on as well.
Okay.
And so we'll get that scheduled, even though everyone won't be on, and then after, if you like what you see, then what we can do is we can schedule another time with the other doctors, to discuss it as well.
Sure.
Okay, great. Reasonable. So I'm going to switch over my screen. Do you have your calendar available right now?
I do.
Or would I need to call? Okay, great.
No.
I'm going to pull up. Oh, great. We have 3 minutes to spare.
So
it has been a joy having you get on time and smoothly. Oh man.
So let's.
Which day?
Next week? How long will this next meeting take?
It will take between 30 and 45 minutes. It really depends on what we find. So if you haven't done very much around reputation, then it would be a little shorter. But from what I saw, there were some. I just looked on real quick, was seeing how there was a couple different business listings, and so about 30, 45 minutes, and then also I want you to bring your questions too. So we'll be diving right into the institute and digging in there, and so I want you to ask lots of questions. So that's the other part, is if you have lots of questions, then it may go a little longer, but normally it's about 45 minutes.
How about I'm just looking ahead at my schedule. It's
pretty crazy next week.
It is crazy next week, and then I'm out of town for a meeting.
Okay.
Can we do like May 1st? Thursday at 4 p.m.
Thursday, May 1st.
Yeah.
4 p.m.
Yeah.
Yes, I can do that. Wow, I already have a lot of appointments that week in May. My husband is doing a good job at booking me appointments.
Good.
Good. Okay, great. So I will put that in. I will send you an email confirmation that you said 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
How much do your monthly fees run for this?
It runs. It depends on how many services. We have like about 15 different services that we can provide.
Just like a normal sort of, you know, ballpark figure.
About $900.
Okay.
800, 900, and that is if you do a bulk package. But you can bring it down to $97 a month if you just want one thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's around that.
Is there a long-term commitment?
No, we do month to month.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Let's see how this all turns out. Let me do a little more research on my own.
Okay.
Brought some stuff to my attention. So, and then we'll take it from there.
Sounds great. Thank you, Dr. Garg. You have a great rest of your day.
Have a nice weekend. Okay. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.